welcome to the Transfö program. This is a transformational geometry program that will ask you all kinds of questions, and it's linked to a whole bunch of videos that will teach you all about transformational geometry. Alright, so first of all, you're brought to this login screen, and you need to log in. If this is your first time, then you're going to need to put in your first name, last name, and make up a password. Make sure it's something you're going to remember. I'm going to put in not my real name. And my password is going to be monster123. Alright, and I'm going to click login. Now, because I've never been here before, I get this little error message, and it's saying register or password error. Okay, there's no record of me, so it's suggesting that I want to register. So if you want to register, go down and click the register button. And it brings you to the register page, and all you have to do is supply a accurate, real email address. So you're giving the email address so that the server knows that you're a real person with a real email address. And also, if you forget your password or anything like that, it can email the password to you. So I'm going to put in my email address. And then click register. Okay, so you get terms of use, agree to anything they say, and then you're going to get an email notification saying, okay, we're going to send you an email. And please check that before doing anything else. Okay, so you're brought to the login page, but don't click login and don't click anything else until you go and check your emails. And here's my email. So it says, hi Frank, welcome to the Trafalgar Math Programs. To complete activation of your membership of the Trafalgar Math Programs, click on the following link. And it gives you a link, you click on it, and then it registers you properly, and you get this little message. Welcome to the Trafalgar Math Programs. You have successfully registered to the Trafalgar Math Program database. All of your work is now safe with us. Your teachers can check your progress. Whole economies are now stable. In the app, you are now on the login screen. You may now press login. Have a happy time learning and practicing your math skills. Best regards, me. Alright, so I can click login now. And right away it brings me to a teacher page. And you need to select your teacher from the list of people that are here. If your teacher is not here, make sure that your teacher is aware that they need to log into the teacher page. Okay, it's an online page. This is it. The web address is webhost.trafalgar.qc.ca/math/css-trials/teachlogin.html. Alright, and of course there's a shortened version of that. It is goo.gl/se5qaz. Alright, and they can even scan in this QR code. Once they come to this page, there's a help video that will show them how to log in and register. Alright, the advantage of the Trafalgar Math Programs page is that your teacher can view your results. So I'm just going to log in, and I'm going to go to my transformations results. I'm going to go back a few days and look at some of the results. Some of my students. So this is what the teacher page allows you to do. It allows you to view your students' results given a certain date. So you choose your teacher from here. Now, up here you have a teacher number that you can enter. So right now there's only 4 teachers on the list, but let's say you came here one day and there was a few hundred teachers or 1,000 teachers. It might be difficult to find your teacher in that list. So your teacher might just, for simplicity's sake, give you a number, and you can just go and enter that number. Okay? But for now, since there's only 4 teachers, I'm just going to choose me that way. Okay, and then it switches the teacher right up here. Now, the next thing I want to do is I want to go and look at my results, which is the result button down here. So this is the result button. It will take you to see your results. So if you click on it, here are the results. And notice there are no results yet to start off with because this is me just registering. The percents are set to 100 in the beginning, and then you just go to the various levels. All right, let's look at plotting points. Okay, so all you have to do here is you just click anywhere and it will plot a point. You can drag the points around You can use the arrow keys to move them around. Okay. And you're given a point, so 4, -6, so 4 in the x direction. So if I start off at the origin, 4 steps in the x direction, that's to the right, and then -6 in the y direction, so that's down 6. So right here, so 4, -6. And then you can click the check button to check to see if you're right. The other way of answering that, so 12 in the x direction, -12 in the y direction. You can also just make a little check gesture over here. So 412. So just a sliding gesture or a little check gesture will do it. Well, let's look at coordinates. So -9, -9. So bracket -9, comma, -9. All right. So -2, +6. -2, comma, +6. Close the bracket and click on the check button to check to see if you're right. Let's move on to the next level, translations. All right, you're given a triangle and you're given 3 kinds of translations. Here we have an arrow translation, and I'm just looking from the tail of the arrow to the head of the arrow. Now you can always go to the translation button and it'll tell you exactly how to do this. So I'm not going to tell you how to do this here, but I'm moving over 12 steps to the left and up 6 steps. Okay, so you can drag it like that. That's 12 steps to the left, and then up 6 steps like that. So you can drag it and drop it, or you can use the arrow keys, okay, like that. And or you can plot it individually. And my C, and then click the check mark. All right, translation notation that says move it 8 steps in the positive x direction. You can also use your arrow keys, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 12 steps in the positive y direction, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, like that. All right, and then we have mapping notation. So I'm going to add 11 to all my x values, 1 to all my y values. So that means I'm moving it 11 steps to the right, 9, 10, 11, and then 1 up. All right, that's translations. And then we have reflections. Now reflections 1 is all about the lines. So we're asked to reflect across the line y = 1, which is right here. Okay, quick shortcut is I go to the y-axis and I find the 1 on the y-axis and I draw a line perpendicular to the y-axis. This is the line y is always 1 because all the y coordinates are always 1 on this line. All right, I'm reflecting across this line. All I have to do is click on the shape to duplicate it and then click on the reflecting button and it reflects. Okay, across the y-axis, click to copy and then reflect. Line y = x. Right, so that's reflections. Rotations. Rotate 90 degrees clockwise. So I click on my rotation button, click the shape to copy it, and drag it. Notice it rotates around the origin. So these are all rotations around the origin. So I'm rotating it 90 degrees clockwise, like that. Okay, and you want to get it as close to perfect as possible. It'll allow a certain margin of error, but not too much. Okay, all right, and that's rotations 1. Dilatations, so these are stretches or shrinks, and my k-factor, my ratio of similarity is 10/9. So the easiest way of doing it is divide the coordinates by 9 and then multiply by 10. So my 9 becomes, 9 divided by 9 is 1, times 10 is 10. So I'm going to click on my dilatation button, and I can drag it towards the origin to shrink it, and if I keep going towards the origin, it will go to 0, to nothing, and then if I keep going, it will be flipped on the other side. So this is a negative dilatation, and this is a positive dilatation. And so I just drag it like that. So I just pick one point and then drag. And then check to see if we're right. All right, this is going to be 1/6 the size. If I'm looking at my B point here, it's at 12, so 1/6 of the size is going to be at 2. I just drag it until it's at 2, like that. All right, and that's dilatations 1. Let's go and look at reflections. Okay, reflections 2. Now reflections 1, it was all about the lines, and it did the reflection for us. Not so much here. So I can draw my line, x equals 3. I go to my x-axis. I'm looking for the 3. Here it is. So it's this line. Okay, and any point on this line, the x-coordinate on any point on this line is 3. So x is always 3. I'm just going to count how far away I am from the mirror. So I'm 2 steps from the mirror on this side. Turn off my reflecting line. So I'm going to be 2 steps on the other side. The B, I'm at 10, the mirror is at 3, so that's 7 steps. So I'm going to be 7 steps away, which is going to be -4. My C is at -2, so that's 5 steps away from the mirror. I'm going to be 5 steps on the other side, so it's going to be at the 8. All right, so that'll also help you practice your integer skills. All right, y equals x. That's this line right here. Now you don't have to draw the whole line, you just have to draw part of it. And if you just draw enough of it, the computer will guess the rest when you let go. All right, the A. I can count diagonals, or I can remember the mapping for this. The mapping for this is the x and y's switch. Okay, so the A, which is 11, 9 is going to be 9, 11, right here. Turn off my line drawing tool, right there. Okay, or I could just count diagonals. I'm one diagonal away. I'm going to be one diagonal away on the other side. The B, I'm right on the line, so my B prime is going to be right on the line. My C prime, I'm at 7, -1, so I'm going to be at -1, 7, like that. Or you can count diagonals. 1, 2, 3, 4 diagonals away, so 1, 2, 3, 4 diagonals away. All right, so that's reflecting 2, and you have to plot every point. Okay, you can use the line tool to help you, but it doesn't do anything for you. You have to plot the points. Rotations 2, there's no rotating tool. You have to plot all the points. So for the A is going to be down here. Instead of being -4, +6, it's going to be +4, -6. So the x and y's just switch signs. The B, instead of being 4, 4, it's going to be -4, -4. And the C, instead of being -2, 3, it's going to be +2, -3, like that. Okay. All right, so rotations on the second level, you have to plot every single point. And dilatations on the second level, you have to plot all the points. So my A point, which is -6, 0, I'm dividing everything by 6. So that's going to be -1, 0. The B is going to be, divide everything by 6, is going to be 2, -1. And the C, instead of being -6, -6, is going to be -1, -1, like that. All right, and that's it for the overview. Have a good day.